Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you my luxury triangle box. So my little box here, ideal as a little favour, could also be used to maybe gift some jewellery or a little chocolate treat. It's held together with a little Velcro dot, but I've added the DSP on the inside too. Another little sentiment inside. I just think it's a bit more than just the basic, and obviously because we've used this gorgeous, elegantly said, or should I say simply elegant DSP, it also adds a little bit more, I think, don't you? But it's really easy to make, so I'm going to show you. So this one I'm going to make using basic white. The previous one was made using Very Vanilla. And to start off with, you're going to need some card that is 9 3/4 by 7 inches. That is 25 by 17.5 centimetres. On the long side, we're going to score at 1 3/4, 4 1/4 and 7 1/4, which will be 4.5, 11 and 18.5 centimetres. Then on the long side, we're going to score at 2 and 5 inches, which will be 5 and 12.5 centimetres. Okay, so I'm going to spin this round because I want this thinner panel at the top for my next part. So the next bit here, we need to, wait a minute, I've lost my bearings. Yes, this one. So on these two panels here, we need to mark the centre of the rectangle. So for me, my box is 3.5, so I'm going to be marking at 1.5, which is just there, and then I'm going to go from this corner of the score line up to the point, and the same on this side, from the corner up to the point. So half of 7.5 centimetres, which is what you will be looking at. So 3.7, 3.8, around that point. You'll have to trial it. Sorry, but doing 7.5 isn't really ideal, I know, but unfortunately that's how the measurements work. So again, making sure you just do those angles here. To be fair, the angle itself won't be too important, because as you can see on this one, you actually use it here. That doesn't look right, but I'm really confused now. But anyway, we'll carry on because that looks really strange. But right, let's fold and burnish our straight score lines. In fact, I do remember, it's fine, and your angle won't matter massively if you do 3.7 or 3.8, and you'll see why in a moment when I make this one up. Okay, so we've done all of that. So with this thin panel at the top, we are going to cut away this square here at the bottom. And the same again on the opposite side. And again up here, we're going to get rid of these two panels here as well. So you're just going straight down to the simple square with the triangle in. So we're going to cut down there and get rid of these two. Okay, so once we've done that, you can almost see how this is taking shape. So we need to fold our triangles and give them a burnish now. and the same again on this side. And then we need to add our DSP. So I've got several pieces here. So you will need one piece that is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 or 7 by 7 centimetres, and this will sit on the inside base here. You then need 2 that are, where are we, are these, or 3 even, oh no, that's okay. So yeah, so you need 3 that are 2 1/4 by 2 3/4 or 6 by 7. These ones are going to go one on here, and then oops, one is going to go on the reverse side of here, so on this piece here, and the last one of those 3 goes on the outside of this part. And then your last 2 here, one will go on the inside, and these are 1 1/2 by 2 3/4 or 4 by 7. And as I say, these go on the lid section, if you like. Okay. Once you've done that, you then need to put adhesive just on this half of the triangle. Okay, and then you're going to fold it over and bring this up to here and adhere that together. So you can see why it doesn't massively matter with your angle, because that, well, you can't see it to compare, if you know what I mean, so it should be okay. But yeah, I didn't make one up, I do apologise. And that is pretty much your luxury triangular box. I love this DSP, isn't it? So pretty. Okay, so now we just need to add some decoration. So as I say, I've got my lovely little sentiment in there, and I've actually used the brushed silver foil, or is it just called silver foil? Again, it's one of the Christmas ones that I've used. So I have that one, and I have some basic white here, and I'm going to use basic grey. Obviously, if you want to go all out, you can, you can heat emboss. I kind of wanted to not do that. I think really because I'd already got so much going on, I didn't want to add more to it. So this is my sentiment for inside. So I'm just going to stamp that one. And then while I'm here, I may as well stamp my anniversary one too, which I'm going to stamp. I've not done that very well, have I? But we'll go with there. Okay, get rid of that. Let's just get rid of that. Oops. Okay, so in my usual fashion, let's cut this large sentiment out. Now you do need to be quite close to the edges here for it to actually fit inside the box, because don't forget it's also going to have a slither of the silver on it too. Oops, where did that come from? So I'm just going to pop that to one side while I trim this one. I need to, it's not quite level, my stamping, so we'll go with that first, and then the rest should work from that. There we go. Right, those are my sentiments. So I'm going to stick this one. Let's find the straight edge because we don't want to completely mess that up. So I'm going to stick that one onto there, and then I can cut this one out. Oops. Okay, and then I'm going to stick this actually on with dimensionals. So this just goes on the inside, just, well, wherever you want to put it really. I'm just going to put it, mine sort of there. And then I've got the metallic pearls here, which I don't want the gold ones. I'll go with the silver, and I'm going to just pop one where the dot is for the eye, and then just a couple, oops, down here. And then I've got my 1 centimetre Velcro dots that I use. So I'm just going to stick that on there, and then I can fold this over, stick that down, and then for my front, then I've got this sentiment here. I'm just going to put, and I know that I cut that, but I'm fairly confident my cutting is relatively straight, so do that one. Oops, that's not quite straight. It's better. And again, just stick this one on too with some dimensionals. And then you just need a couple of the metallic pearls. Just down the bottom here. And to finish it off, I used some of the Simply Elegant trim, which I just created, oops, a small bow, which it was a bit of a fiddle because you kind of have to, I didn't want a massive bow and then you have to play around, then it loosens, and it became a bit of a pain. However, I did manage to get one in the end, and then I just trimmed those off, and with a glue dot, I don't know if you can see the glue dot on there, but I just sort of, it sounds awful, I picked at it and made it into a bit of a gloopy ball that I then tucked just behind the corner, and just enough for me to add the little bow, but not for the glue dot to be seen. And then there, oh my word, that just, I am in love with that. That looks stunning. So yes, there you have my luxury triangle box. Hope you like them. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.